Hello J-Team, it's Boy Justin coming at you with part 2 on Nintendo Switch Liquid Damage Water Damage Repair. Here, I'm going to put my glove back on here. So in the last video, we took the console apart and we got down to the main board and I showed you how to do a few things. And in this video, we're going to continue on the repair. So if you're new to my channel, please subscribe. If you like the video, click on the thumbs up. Click on the bell down below. Make sure when you click on the bell, when it says all on the top for notifications, click on that. So you get all my new videos and new content and uploads and everything like that. Hope everybody's having a good day or evening and good afternoon. Hope you enjoyed this video on part 2 of Nintendo Switch Repair. So if you haven't seen part 1, be sure to go watch part 1 because then you can see the Switch being completely torn down, taken apart and all that. It's very important that you know before taking a Switch apart, or when you have the back off in the metal panel, make sure you disconnect the battery before working on anything else because you will short things out. And then when that happens, well then you got more stuff to fix. And depending on how it shorts out, you can have board level repair, and if you don't have all that equipment, well, then at that point you'll need to buy a new logic board. So here's where we're at with the Nintendo Switch. So we took most of the stuff out. So I decided that the board doesn't need to be fully removed. All I need to do is clean the surface on the top of the board because underneath it's just a few, like there's your video chip, like the video processor or something like that, the video driver chip, and then you have a power IC chip on the other side. And everything on that side I remember was perfectly cleaned and it was perfectly fine. It's on this side that there's going to be a little bit of damage, a little bit of corrosion still there because I used isopropyl alcohol, which doesn't clean every bit of corrosion, and this Zippo lighter fluid does a pretty darn good job. You don't want to have any sparks or anything like that because then your switch is just gone. And you may want to, if you're going to do that, you may want to have a fire extinguisher ready because it also has this, a LiPo battery, lithium polymer battery. And let's just say the lithium polymer batteries, they explode and they can be very dangerous when they go off. So anyway, so we're going to continue. I'm going to scrub the board down here. Now underneath this shield here, you can see actually see the car mirror right here of the APU. There's 2 RAM chips here and a few resistors in here. That's perfectly clean. There's nothing wrong underneath that shield. It's all in here and stuff like that, all around the outside on the little components and the little inlaid chips and stuff. So I'm just gonna put some of the good old does it have a price tag anywhere on it? Dang, I peeled it off. I believe the price tag on this was like $4.99, something like that. It was like $5 for this whole thing. Pretty good price. And that's what it is. Zippo lighter fluid. And you can use this for like the really, really old, like World War, like original World War, I like to call them lipstick lighters because they're in like a little tube. Those are very old vintage lighters, like the ones that are 100 years old. This stuff will work. really good. Use my board breaker is what I call it, but it's really the proper word for it is spudger. Alright. And I have the joysticks right here, or sorry, Joy-Cons, and I'll show you they have power. They're still good, there's nothing wrong with that one. And there's this one, also nothing wrong with it, works fine. The liquid only got into the Switch, luckily, like the console, not the Joy-Cons. So, and then beside me right here, I'll show you this is the Nintendo Switch charger in good shape. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pour some of this, and just to show you guys, right there, right here, I'm pointing my finger towards it, battery's disconnected, just so you know, so there's no power going through the board right now. I'm just going to pour some, I hope you guys can see me, here I'll put it right there, so you guys can see the switch, you can see it right here, and I'm just going to put some lighter fluid on there, not too much, just like that. That's just enough to soak it. I got two types of bristle toothbrushes, and I'm going to use, so this is light bristle, I'm going to use hard bristle. This is hard bristle. So I'm going to start by, giving it a nice good cleaning, because sorry if I'm getting in the way there. Other than, and I know the liquid damage indicator isn't there anymore, but that's only because it got removed when I was cleaning it. But trust me, it was dark red when it popped off. Come on. There we go. I'm just, oh sorry guys, probably wanting to, guys and gals, probably wanting to see the type of cleaner there that I'm using. New people watching, coming in and watching my videos, viewing the videos and stuff like that, probably wonder what kind of cleaner I'm using, so I better keep that in view so you can see what it is. I hope you guys are enjoying this video, and I hope this video is helpful. Now, after you're done using this cleaner, you just want to blow on the board like this. And I went like that, and the board's already dry. It's already dry fully, just from that little blow. That's how quick that stuff evaporates. And I poured it on there, a lot of it, and I'm gonna need to do that again. And I can tell you right now, right where the memory card was, there's some corrosion still in there. And no video issue can be caused by the memory card not reading properly. So I'm just gonna continue scrubbing it. Give the memory card terminals there on the, and I'm really hoping that this thing comes back to life. So let me just say this thing worked for about a couple weeks and then it died. It was around a couple weeks, maybe a week ago. A week or 2 weeks ago when it happened first, and it oh yeah, that looks so much better. Okay, I'll bring this up close. Can you guys see that nice gloss and see how clean this is in here? I'll bring it a little closer so you can see it. Right in there where that little mirror is shining. I got it so much more cleaner. So the corrosion that's there is no longer. It's all moved. Now you can see there's a capacitor in there, a bunch of little resistors. We got a little management chip right there, management IC chip. There's a lot of good stuff here. So I'm going to give the HDMI chip there, the HDMI video chip, the main fail chip. I'm pointing towards that little chip right there. I'm going to give that a nice soak with lighter fluid, and then I'm going to polish it. I'm going to clean it, and hopefully what I end up with is a working switch at the end. Ah, there we go. Drenched. I know that sounds pretty bad when I say that, but it's not. It doesn't sound as bad as it's not as bad as it sounds. It really evaporates fast. So if you guys have any broken stuff you want to send me to fix for you, hey, leave a comment, and I can shoot you up some information that you're going to need for you to be able to send me the item, and I can definitely look at it for you, because I can get lots of time get stuff to work again that not even the manufacturer can't repair, and I can bring it back, do that kind of repairs. The little charging port to get polished too. Hope you guys can see me cleaning there. And do a little bit more of a cleaning right there. Yeah, see, there was a little bit of corrosion there, but it's nice and looks like brand new to me. Looks pretty good. Let's hope you guys can see that. See the chip right here where my finger's pointing? See how shiny that is? Before, I don't know if you guys could see the corrosion that was on there, but see how nice and clean that is? That's what we want. And that may have been the no video issue that it had. Let's give it a little bit more of a cleaning. And then we may I'm praying that this thing works, because I did buy this switch. When I got it, I got the switch brand new, so when I had it for a while, and then, well, that accident happened, and, well, last but behold, I got a switch that's acted up and completely quit working. So hopefully this brings it back to life, and I'm pretty certain that it will. SIM card reader, clean that. And this is where the screen connects into. Is that good? Polish up. Well, guys and gals, I think we're done using the Zippo fluid, and it's time to reassemble this switch. After all the oh, sorry about that. Again, upside down. Or that's upside down now, but it looks better this way. So as you can see here, I'll sort of turn it on an angle. Can you see that shine when I do that? A real nice shine. The board is really nice and clean. So now, what I'm going to do is the reverse of what I did in part one. So I'm going to put it back together. So, just got to reconnect a few connectors. Reconnect my speaker connectors. Now, the reason I disconnected the speakers is because I thought I was going to remove the board right out of the frame. Now, I've had questions asked like, can you run, if I was just to connect the game card reader and the screen and a few other things, without adding the cooling unit, can it still turn on and just for a good enough time to see if it works, to test it, will it be able to boot up without the fan or the heat sink and stuff like that. And yes, for a short period of time it can, just to test it. But I personally recommend putting the heat sink and all that back on. Oh, and that's one thing I don't have on the table right now is some CPU stuff, CPU compound. I do want to put some in. Okay, so here's our game card reader. Game card reader and headphone jack. I'm just going to put that back in place. I'm just going to make sure. Set that in like that just to see. Yeah, I could put it back in. So before putting this on, see, now that I'm not handling, see, the only reason I wear these gloves is because I don't want to get the fingerprints all over the circuitry and stuff like that. But the real reason I wear this is so I don't get Zippo lighter fluid on my bare skin. It's because of the chemicals that has. It just makes it so much easier not having the gloves on, touching, little ribbon connectors and stuff to put them back in place. So what I'm going to do is take these off. Right there. And now I don't have them on. So I'm going to connect the fan connector. Nice and carefully connect it, or put it into where it's. I'll use a screwdriver to be pretty. And just very gently push your connector on. There. I'll show you what I did. So, fan connector is the black one there. See, there's an orange one, the one beside it. This little black one right here, I just connected that one. So the fan is connected. Oh yeah, and I better plug in our memory card. A very special onboard memory, because the switch won't even be able to boot because it needs that. Connected there. So our onboard memory is back in, which has all the game saves. I'm just going to put all the screws back in for the fan. Now, to see which screws are which and on disassembling and stuff, make sure you go back to part 1. Okay? Because I show which every single screw, like, what's what, and I explain all that there. And this is just, do the rest of the water damage treatment, put it back together and test it. And I'm making sure you guys can see this, that the switch is right here, so you know that that this is the exact same Nintendo Switch, and this is the only Nintendo Switch I have anyways. So, but anyways, just, but I would never switch a system out on you guys anyways. I'm not that kind of person, I really hope these videos, or the part 1 and part 2 of the Switch repair here, is helpful for you guys. Hope you can fix your console, with the same kind of repairing I'm doing. Okay, so I want to connect my LCD screen, and And that little connector is usually always a problem where the screen connects down to. But I'm going to try my best to plug it all the way in. Okay, that's in on that side. Sweet. Okay, so right here, right here is the screen connector, and this little connector damages so easily. And I got it in nicely. It's in perfectly the way it should be. It's gonna be so gentle. So now I'm going to plug in the digitizer with connector, which is also the game and headphone jack device. And with that nice plug in. There we go. Cool. That's in nicely. Oh, don't be a pain. This connector can be a little bit of a pain sometimes. But take your time and eventually you'll get it in. You know, if you guys are having the same kind of, issue with the connector, don't rush it. Take your time. It will get plugged in eventually. What am I missing on here? Something's... Okay, use my little spudger. Okay, there we go. And then, get my plastic piece. That dust that's coming off those vinyl gloves is making me a little bit, not real badly itchy, but a very small amount of itchiness. I don't know, I don't think it's a reaction, I just think it just makes me a little itchy. There's nothing really to worry about. But anyway, so I'm just putting the game card headphone jack reader back into place. And then I'm gonna be off camera for a few seconds, and I'm gonna grab some tubes of CPU compound, and we're gonna put the heatsink back on, and then I'm going to connect the battery, and we're going to try turning it on and see if it boots. And hopefully what we see is the Nintendo logo on the screen, as if there's a charge still in the battery, which there should be, because it was left in the dock. I left it in the dock since yesterday, so it should have charged, unless of course, like as I was saying, it wouldn't turn on and everything, so maybe it was shorting, but the battery still should have got some sort of voltage in it. Okay. So there's the switch now. So now all I gotta do is put the heatsink in, and I need to get some CPU compound. So I will be right back in a few. Okay guys, I am back, and here's the CPU grease. So I got 4 of them. And the reason I got 4 is because I use a lot of this stuff. So I'm just feeling the weight of them. I'm going to say this one probably has more grease in it because we're going to be using quite a bit. Because there's the grease that goes onto the mirror or onto the APU, then the heatsink goes down, then there's grease that goes on top of, then there's grease that gets put on top of here, which then the metal plate goes down so it cools down even better. So I'm pretty sure this is the one that has quite a bit of, that has a bit of grease in there. It'll probably pop out anytime now. Oh, there we go. Ooh, I don't need too much. I just need just the right amount. Okay, so, and I know lots of shops, what they'll do is they'll spread the grease evenly. Don't need to do that. So, here's the, there's the grease that's right there, that white stuff there is the grease. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to take, ooh, oh good, the battery's disconnected. I accidentally hit the power switch. Thank goodness the battery wasn't connected there. Take the heatsink, and I'm just gonna push it down, and when I push it down it will spread by itself. Ah crap, I forgot to forgot the heatsink goes in first, like on the top, and then it presses down. It's okay, everything's good. Get my fingers down, get our heatsink screws. I'm going to screw back together the heatsink, and then we can connect the battery and test this thing and see if it turns on. Now you don't have to have the you don't have to have this plugged in. What this is, your memory card reader. You don't have to have that plugged in to test the switch. Make sure those screws are nicely in there. Not to the point where they shear off or damage anything, but just to the point where there's going to be no looseness to them. Oh yeah, that's in there nicely. Afterwards, you should have something that looks like this. Okay, so here's your heatsink, it's back in place. You have a screw, let's see if I can, yeah. So you got a screw here, and a screw here. And they're silver screws. So what I'm going to do right here, let's see if I can show it on. Yeah. So, let me have a look here. Okay, so the battery, I'm going to plug it back in. If I can find out where the battery holder is, right there. And I'm just going to go like that. And there you go. Battery's back in. Alright guys, what do you think? Is it going to turn on? I'm going to show you that it's not on yet. Is it going to boot? Or are we going to see the same thing where the controllers connect but no display? What do you guys think? Alright, moment of truth you guys. Power button's right here. I'm about to hit it. Let's see. Do we get a Nintendo logo? Okay, still nothing. The battery could be depleted. So I'm going to hold the power in a few. So here's one trick that I heard from someone. Hold the power and click the volume, I think it's volume down. Let's try volume up. Okay. Still not. Okay, so. Oh no. I heard it. There's sound. Can you guys hear that? I don't know if you guys can hear that. There's sound. I'll try turning it up. Yeah, see? There's sound. but no picture. Fan is running, but before, you guys, even in the dock, there'd just be nothing. The screen isn't even coming on at all. So did my screen burn out? Or something on the... Well, you guys, let me try to power this thing down. Come on, shut off. There we go. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to connect our Joy-Cons. We're going to plug in, okay, where did I put that? Mario Kart 8, really good game. Now maybe it has a bit of a voltage where we could hear it but not see it on the screen. I'm going to try plugging it in. Alright, so it's plugged in the wall. I'm going to show you that I have the outlet right here. Here's the little Type-C plug. Come on, Nintendo Switch. Well, that's not good. Well, there's sound. Well, that's weird. Should be making the noise. Oh, there we go. Can you hear that?
Mario Kart 8!
So we have sound. Absolutely no picture. This has nothing to do with this. See? I'm going to bring it close to the camera. Well, that's too bad. So, one of the management chips is burnt out. Most likely the video encoder chip or video processor chip. Close the software. Well, guys, I'm not giving up that easy. I'm going to try disconnecting the screen connector. Make sure this thing's off. Disconnect the battery again. Okay, just to show you guys, battery's disconnected. I'm going to get rid of the Joy-Cons here. Get them off. Don't turn the switch. Oh, actually, I can't turn on because I disconnected the battery. So that's connected, connected. That is very strange. Or could my backlight be damaged and that's causing the screen not to work? Let's take that off. Let's take out our backlight ribbon. There was corrosion on that at one point. See if I can back this up enough for me to see it. I see no corrosion whatsoever. So, I'll show you the ribbon cable here. I don't know if you guys can see, where is it? Right there. See this cable right here? This cable I'm touching? Right here that's unplugged? That cable that my fingers, this cable right here, where my finger's pointing, right there, is our digitizer backlight, or our screen backlight. Doesn't hurt though to try this. Zippo fluid, toothbrush. I'm gonna just pour some Zippo fluid on the toothbrush. Then I'm gonna like that. Whoops. Oh, you know one mistake I'm making? I don't have gloves on when I'm touching this stuff. I gotta make sure I don't get on the top of my hand. And as long as I don't get on top of my hand, I should be okay. But just for future gloves are required to be worn when handling well, I see absolutely no damage to that cable right there, but I'm going to give it a good cleaning just in case there is microscopic corrosion on there. Okay, I'm just going to give that a nice good cleaning. So I'm going to reconnect that cable that I showed you guys. I'm going to reconnect it all the way in. Keep pressure forward on it a bit. Alright, let's try turning it on again. Anything? Oh, darn. Oh, the battery's disconnected. There we go. Now let's try it. Come on. Yeah, look at that. Look at this. Check this out, you guys. Yay, look at that. Clean the connector and re-plugged in, and look at looky what we have here. Yay, look at this. Okay. Yeah, check that out. Look at that.
Mario Kart 8!
Look at that, you guys. Check that shit out. I got it working. It works. And just so you can see, it's the same switch. Fully working. I'm just going to close the screen. I'll show you, I'll point to the cable. Get you real close here. There we go. See the cable that I'm pointing to with that white connector right here? I took the I keep calling it digitizer, sorry guys and gals. The LCD backlight ribbon cable out for the backlighting. Cleaned it and cleaned the connector and a little bit around that connector, and it's working. It is working again. Okay, now we're back in business. We can put the switch fully back together. So before I fully assemble the switch, I'm gonna put some more CPU grease so we don't need the Zippo. See what I mean? Zippo fluid fixes almost everything. That is the cleaner I used. Right there. That just revived this switch. And as you could see earlier in my video, there's no picture. It was on. It was doing. I cleaned that connector and around and the cable and around it, and away it goes. It starts working. So here's the metal back panel. Some more grease, and I'm going to put a bit on here. Well, that's good news, you guys. Well, that's cool. So I like using it portable. I really like using it handheld. So when I saw that the screen wasn't working, well, that ruins it. Ruins the switch, because then, well, it doesn't ruin it like if you have a TV to connect it to. You can at least use it that way. But it ruins the handheld part of it. But good news, it works. So it's time to reverse what I did in part 1. Time to fully assemble the switch. So, okay, so the metal panel, I'm going to put it back on. Making sure I put every detail part that needs to go back in. And I did, everything's in line. Okay. Just trying to get this in perfect alignment. Alright, so now I'm just going to put all my silver screws back in to the metal panel. Really, you're not going to make... There we go, finally the magnet. And it dropped off. Heh. Weird. Okay. All of a sudden, if I touch it right there, I might be able to get the magnet. Nope. Screwdriver bit just lost its magneticness, or however that works. Come on. Why isn't it? Just rubbed it against my jeans to see if that would help anything. Nope, it's not the magnetizing isn't very happy. Okay. Okay, I'm just trying to get it back into its spot so I can... Oh, you annoying little screw. Get back in there. Alright, that looks good. There we are. Now hopefully when I fully get this back together, it still works. So we're going to screw the panel on, and, well, I guess there's one way to see if it's still working. Yep, still working. So that's good news. Let's see, is any of these others? Oh, one's sort of holding. I wonder why screwdrivers eventually lose their magnet, magnetic field in the screwdrivers. Why eventually they're no longer magnetic, or they don't work very well. I wonder why that is. Because these are supposed to be magnetic. Maybe the screws aren't as magnetic as... That's weird, because they're... usually these kind of screws are very magnetic, but just the screwdriver. Maybe the little magnet that was in the screwdriver fell out somehow. I don't know. I don't think it did. And if it did, it wouldn't have been on any of these videos I made. It would have been on one of my cell phone repairs. Oh, don't put it in that spot. I almost put the screw in the spot where the micro SD card goes, because that screw goes in last. Like, it's the last silver screw that goes in. And then from there is the case screws. And then I want to make sure I put these screws in fairly good, So the connection, the thermal paste that I put in, makes a perfect connection. And there's no way that this thing is going to overheat because it has more than enough CPU compound and everything, so it's going to cool down properly, and hopefully it doesn't short out again and have another black screen. I doubt it will, because I did such a nice job there. I'm just trying to... Where's that connector located? Right there. So I'm just plugging in my micro SD reader. Oh, that's too far forward now. Come on. Eh. Oh yeah, it's gonna give me trouble. Come on. Oh, you're being tricky. Oh, is that it? Come on. Oh my goodness, you guys, this one cable. Oh, hold on a sec. Or not. It really is giving me trouble. Where's the, where did I put that? Oh, there she is. Just looking for the spudger. See if I can, this darn cable to... What is happening here that I'm not seeing? Because usually that popped in nicely for me. No damage there. It's all looking good. It's just not lining up. There, that's got to be it. Come on. Don't worry, guys. I'm being very, very, very gentle. That's definitely... Yep, there. Finally, I got it. There. I got it plugged in. Wow, that was a little bit of a tricky thing to get in. I better get that screw back in. I've got to remember the magneticness to this screwdriver is almost all the way gone. Of course, this one little screw right here is close to the speaker in there, so it's gonna... I'll show you what I was trying to plug in right there. Alright, make sure it still works. This is after the whole metal back is back in. Sweet, it's still working. So what I tried clicking in that whole time there, see that connector right there? I was trying to plug that in. Usually it goes in nicely right away, but it took a while, but I got it. Okay, so now our back cover, our back housing, I didn't want to click that down yet. So there is the, so now I just gotta, oh man, something's making me get a little bit itchy. Most likely those gloves that I had on, that powder is, something's up with that powder. I'm just putting my 2 side screws in for the middle screws for right there. I'm just putting those guys back in. You know what's weird? I had the magneting for just a little bit of time there. Now it's not magnetizing. The magnetic field isn't working again. Okay, there we go. So now I got that one back in, the one that's in the middle there. Got that one back in. So now I'm going to put my little um, micro SD card, the little screw that goes underneath the kickstand here, and put that little screw back in. Let's see if it'll magnetic to the driver. Oh, it's just magnetics. Ew. Don't want it shorting anything out. Oh, you little tricky thing. Very tricky. Okay, I'm gonna click down the little kickstand. I'm gonna get in my 3 other non-magnetic screws. The other ones are supposed to be magnetic, but my screwdriver, I don't know why my screwdriver's not magnetic anymore. I'm just gonna there we go. Screw right here is back in. And then what I'm going to do is there's a screw that would go right here and right here. I'm going to put those in now. I really hope this video is helpful for you guys. I like to entertain you guys, give you good content and everything. And perhaps if your Switch breaks, you can do the same thing that I did to mine, and repair your Nintendo Switch if something like this happens. Okay, I'll show you guys. Screw in there, screw in there. Okay, so now I'm going to put the 4 special screws in the 4 spots here using my very special Nintendo bit screwdriver. There, let's go like this so you guys can see me better. There's one. Grab another one. These are a little bit longer screws too, so almost there. What I'll do is I'll load the game right in and show you. It loaded in. So that's cool. So I got it working. So at the end everything became successful. So that's cool. And our last tri-lobe screw, I think is what it's called. Not hexagonal screw, but tri-lobe, I think is what this kind of Nintendo bit screwdriver is. You guys can correct me if you want. Leave a comment down below what kind of screw the Nintendo bit screwdriver, what that bit is actually called. I'm pretty sure tri-lobe, but maybe it's something else. Should be close up there. So you screw in here, screw back in here, screw in there, and screw in there. And moment of truth, guys. Here we go. Oh, I didn't press it hard enough. There we go. That should do it. Oh, come on. My fingers are a little bit. There we go. I felt it click there. Still works. Alright, so I'm gonna, with it facing you guys so you can see. Here's controller number 1, connected. Controller number 2. This is Joy-Con 2, and connected. So I'm just gonna get in the game and I'm going to show you guys. Yeah, I'll select her. Mushroom cup. Oh, sorry guys, you can't see that very well. There we go. Sorry if you can't see me there. There we go. See how you see me now? Also see the switch. I'm just going to give you a few more minutes to see it running here. Okay. Okay. And now I'm going to press home and close software. Oops. Yeah, I gotta remember, if you accidentally bump this up, it will unplug. What I meant to do is hold it here like this to shut it off. I'm going to power it down completely. There we go. Turn off. There we go. Well guys, here's the Nintendo Switch. All working condition, works the way it should. Successful repair from water damage. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you all have a great morning, evening, or afternoon. I will talk to you guys and gals a little later in the next vid. Alright, bye-bye.